Bitch, I can't sleep. Nah, 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 nah. No, bitch, I can't sleep. Demons in my mind and they creep. Consistent allocation, got a memory leak, it ain't sweet. Look me in my eyes, you can't, you're too weak. You can see the pain inside me. No, I'm not unique. Need a little freak bitch that don't know how to sneak. Cause my trust issues do not allow unknown PIDs, nope. That's why I grip the motherfucking cig. Try to drown my demons with a line and a swig, but they open right up and say, Mo, please. Controlling packet transmissions to put myself at ease. I can understand these machines, but humans are a much more complex form of disease. To fully understand ourselves, we cannot succeed. Our point of reference only lends itself to defeat. I don't really wanna wake up, so why would I wanna go to sleep? Cause I don't really wanna be teased. If you want me dead, then get up. Don't wanna talk, leave me alone. Don't wanna talk.
Hey, I tried to call you, but it says your voicemail's not set up.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Bitch?
I don't wanna talk on my computer phone. Tell these goofy motherfuckers just leave me alone. My ringtone don't speak when I enter my zone. Trust nobody, I do this dirt on my own. Rookie in your security system. Footage gone, timestamps, they went missing. Unlock the door with the flick of my wrist, son. Access control database runs on WinVista. Data fiend, I control these machines. Packet dumping while you staring at your phone screen. Fuck a TikTok, I be messed up like it's Halloween. Fuck a damn thought, she can't do anything for me. Bitch, I'm sick and tired of these notifications. You better only ban my line for financial communication. Talking money operations, profitable situations. Don't make me regret CDMA Tower associations. Dr. Internet, serving all my patients. Phone ringtone got me so low on patience. Turn your OS to an agent. Error mount need ventilations. Command and control travel through onion router workstations. I don't wanna talk on my cellular device unless we talking about the profit margins or the price. I've been rolling solo dolo and I ain't feeling nice. The location data provided to me was so precise. Get a slice. Yes, I got these pies. I ain't got love for these hoes or for these guys. Everyone full of advice. I be pushing terabytes of this dirty traffic, narcotic trafficking in my pipes. Queen squad captain, bitch, I got these stripes. I'ma make them police officers go on strike. The internal data access by some guests with no invites. They try to prosecute us, but the internet unite. Probably the reason behind your latency spikes. Yes, I be creeping around these nets through the dead of the night. Don't want your bitch friend invite. You know she acts so polite. I treat her like a police officer, bitch. I know my rights. Yeah. Don't wanna talk. Don't wanna talk. Leave me alone. Don't wanna talk. Don't wanna talk. Leave me alone. Don't wanna talk. Don't wanna talk. Computer phone. On my computer phone.
I wanna talk on a mobile. If you're gonna yodel, hit me with the pox at global. Feel a little buzz on my scrotal. King of the internet, I keep it noble. Some days, feel a return to the old ways, even in my old age. So I love when the own page come through with the whole blaze, while the feds giving me the cold gaze. Can't even talk on the string cans. One slip and they bring bands. See them coming like the pink bands. Try to ruin how I spring plans. Got the networks with the pink scans. Shots to my big stands. Silver blades, stay the blades, I'm my big fans. Young internet and I still keep it clutched like a flywheel. With a silence be the ideal.
Don't wanna talk. Don't wanna talk.
Young internet and I still keep it clutched like a flywheel. With a silence be the ideal.
So, young internet, it's your buddy Not Dan. We're gonna get started in a few minutes.
You can go and check this stuff out. You can go and check this stuff out. You can understand. You need to understand what information is relevant, likely threats and vulnerabilities, risk assessment, and then applying countermeasures.
Your location, your connection, completely hidden.
OPSEC doesn't start and end with the operation itself. It covers all of your initial exploration and preparation, and then everything afterwards. So what you really want to get into a mindset is you don't even know you're going to do it, and then you forget about it afterwards. OPSEC is a 24/7 job.
You probably heard of a VPN before. It's even possible you've used one before. Or attack your device with malware. You are being tracked by companies even if you have never signed up for their services.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Good Actual here. And it'll show me Facebook, and this you can bypass the device. And if you change your phone number, or you deactivate your phone, or your phone's going to get canceled, make sure you remove two-factor authentication off of Twitter.
What is a VPN? And what can you do with it?
OPSEC is a 24/7 job.
We love the internet, but the internet is tracking everything you do. The internet. We love the internet, but the internet is tracking everything you do. Tracking. But the internet is tracking everything you do.
OPSEC doesn't start and end with the operation itself. It covers all of your initial exploration and preparation, and then everything afterwards. So what you really want to get into a mindset is you don't even know you're going to do it, and then you forget about it afterwards. OPSEC is a 24/7 job.
The Egyptians freed him, and one of the first things he did was he called his wife, who was back in their apartment in Milan, and that phone call was being tapped by the Italian authorities. They hear the phone call, they get a transcript and
Everything you do.
Barely hear you.
Yeah, I know. It's because the music's loud.
They get a transcript and ripped.
The internet.
They get a transcript and ripped.
The internet. Everything you do. Everything you do.
Alright. We're getting there.
We there, boys?
Everything you do.
We're almost there. Alright, we gotta stop that music.
Connect to the World Wide Web.
At least turn it down.
If my kid need backup,
That's the amazing young internet. Big shouts to him for the opener music, especially 5G. I think that's the new stuff that he just dropped with Whitey Cracker. Good track. I'm just trying to unfuck my Windows. I don't know what the hell happened to him, dude. But they is not looking good. Alright. Shots. Alert. Come on, Jets. Where are you at? Let's get this over at least. So we're both up here, suffering.
Oh, suffering together.
Yeah, suffering in unity. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the fuck.
Isn't suffering the eternal human condition or whatever? So it's fine.
Well, it certainly fucking is. Oh man, how's things going for you?
I'm not dead yet. How about you?
Thinking about it.
Same.
What's? Wow, dude, this is everything's fucked. It should be. It's OBS. What was I expecting? Anyways, welcome to yet another episode of Hacker.Rehab. We had Curious on the line. Did we lose him?
Do we got Curious?
I saw him. Maybe it was. Well, it was somebody else. There was definitely 3 clients connected. But whatever. Okay.
He decided I hate you guys.
I
It was
know.
a pretty
He's-
rash decision.
He's like, fuck you guys, you're starting to stream off all lame already. I ain't being a part of this. It's probably a good call on his part. It's pretty loose show we run here. I kid. It takes a lot of goddamn work, man. I have to figure out some way to like offload some of this stuff. But yeah, how's your week been? Your week's been pretty busy from what I recall. I gotta turn this music down a little bit.
Perpetually, eh? That's the life of the InfoSec people, I think, is perpetually busy securing all the things, or trying to anyway, and coming back to home, and
Yeah.
I have my new space.
Yeah, that's good at least. I mean, you got settled in. You're all good to go.
Yeah. How have you been?
Nice. All right. You know, it's never a good question to ask me, really.
Yeah.
Just need to do away with that question. I would say a joke, but I can't. I can't even say the jokes anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
It's annoying. But
I'd say
yeah,
it gets better, but you know, I can't promise anything, dude.
No, it certainly doesn't. In fact, it just gets worse. But that's the challenge of life, is that as it gets worse, you level up or something like that.
It's like that girl that does vines. She's like, "Don't ever kill yourself. God wants to kill you in His own special way." You know?
That is solid. And yeah, I fucked up the Twitch.
Dutchie, what's up?
We got Dutchie
in the chat.
Yeah, dude, I don't fucking know why the chat randomly decided to stop working. The only thing I can think is our little partner right now, Restream, took the cookie from my account and stole it, basically.
Perfect, dude.
Yeah, it's great. If you log in to Restream by accident with yourself logged into any shit you shouldn't be logged into, it'll just grab all your shit. It's not fun. So I'm gonna log out and log back in. Although it seemed to be broadcasting on the right channels, so I'm not sure what the fuck's going on really. But fuck it, we do it live. This is like the worst timing for me.
Yeah.
And not by my fault. I actually I did everything in my power to make this work, but helping the other half out with a project, and I gotta be able to do that in about 2 minutes. So.
Oh, so I'll be in here just, you know.
Apparently solo. Do you want to do some? Do you want to do some hack blocks or hack me stuff?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, man. Yeah, I thought Curious was here, so
We'll play it by ear.
That's why I was like feeling sort of alright about.
Nah, dude, it's fine.
About being
and I'll host next week. That's cool. I can host it up too. Give you a break.
I think it'd be good. If for any other reason, just so we have somebody more competent running the show.
Oh God, no. You'll have somebody running it for sure.
Somebody will
competent.
Be running it. All right. Let me change the names of the show. I don't even think we're on episode 28, which is fucking extra hilarious.
Nobody will ever know, dude.
It's actually it's secretly it's a fucking running joke that I don't think anybody's picked up on, that I very consistently put the fucking the episode numbers out of order. And why do I do that? It's half just like rushing to get everything like fucking ready to go at the last second, and then half of it's just because I think it's funny. So that's what.
As far as I remember, we're on episode 420.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna rebuild the chat.
Oh God.
And then we're good. God damn it! Click.
We're gonna see if I can remember any of the passwords to any of these old Kali boxes that I set up in AWS, and then if I can't, hopefully I have one locally. Otherwise, it could be a stream of telling you how to set up Kali Linux.
This could just be a stream. Yeah, it could. Yeah, we could do that. We could also just do a stream of, hey, we're gonna talk about some new stuff, and that's it. And then we're going home. We're taking our ball, and we're going home. All right. Chat via Restream. I have no fucking clue. What the shit? Wait, it's actually working. I can see Dutchie now. I can see what's in my AppSec. Who's your friend? What are you talking about? Who's my friend?
See, the good news.
He's got to know by now.
is
What's up?
the good news is I when I wiped my old computer and put Fedora on it, I most assuredly didn't accidentally forget to pull the SSH keys out of that box, and now I'm not definitely locked out of most of my systems.
God damn. Do you have any way to get it back?
Well, the good news is that most of those machines were not very set up that well. Like I have my doc files all saved, so it's just gonna be a lot of rebuilding.
Damn, that sucks though. That's pretty massive, dude.
Well,
At least I think it is.
Don't be dumb like me and accidentally do that. That would be my recommendation.
You know, I try to keep a copy of it, fucking like at least one, but I just haven't done it, and I know I'm gonna really regret it one of these days, dude. What the fuck is going? So the problem I'm having, I think, is that the chat, it's just not displaying, or it's displaying way out of bounds outside the window. So I'm rebuilding. 2 seconds, and then we'll have chats, and then we're good. I actually, ironically, fucking, I built a stream overlay through Stream Elements, which is a competing company, and they're pretty good. I like them, and yeah, we should consider moving to them.
Yeah,
at some point. No, I'm just gonna do this the right way. With 600. Do I hear birds? I don't know if you can hear the jaw music.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're up.
It's
Okay. Yeah, I do need to take off for. I don't need to bounce the entire episode, but I do need to help with a, ironically, live streaming thing.
Yeah.
But this is for something pretty important, so I'm gonna give him a quick hand with that in his office. What am I doing here? Boom. Got our names up here. Do you want me to just make your window full screen then?
Yeah, you can do that.
Hi, buddy. I'm gonna do that, and I'll actually just fade my window out, and yeah. Next episode, or even later tonight. I don't even care. But one of these times, we got to get in a place where like you can just RDP into my fucking machine or whatever. Like, I don't care. People care about this, though. I'm like, whatever. Go ahead. Fuck my life up any worse than it is. Go ahead. I'd like to see you try. All right, add-ons are now up, and I think everything's readable, right? Are we good? Did we take our customary 25 minutes to get the stream set up? All right.
Man, good enough for the girls I date.
OPSEC. Yeah, upgrades. No self. Thank you. It's like he's been on the show how many times now? I think
Once or twice.
I think OPSEC's fucking around. I think OPSEC's master class troll, or at least he's close to it. Like he's not exactly master class quite yet, but he's good.
Getting there.
He's good. He's solid. I like him though. I like he's an asshole, but I like him. He's a good asshole. If there is such a thing. So people describe me as at least. All right, let me just clone your one to here. Unless when you share a screen, does it share another window? I don't
We
know
can
how that
find
shit
out.
works. Yeah, let's do that. I'm actually.
Do I have anything pulled up I care about on that screen?
Dude, I had shit up on my. Literally, while Young Internet's talking about OPSEC, I have stuff in the background. I'm like, ugh. Luckily, it wasn't anything too sensitive, but it was stuff I would have preferred not. Cool,
yeah, you
dude.
can see my Kali Linux instance updating because I finally found one.
All right, I'll bail out. All right, I'm just making this thing massive. Pow, pow, pow. Hell yeah, there we go. And then fade in. And I'm out.
Yep,
For
I'm
a
gonna
few.
sign into my Hack the Box really quick.
What's that?
I'm gonna sign into my Hack the Box really quick.
Okay.
And then I'll pull up my real screen.
I was gonna look at the screen right now and be like, you might.
Hey man, if people want to see what my VMs are called, Kali 2 Electric Boogaloo and Metasploitable 2.
Oh, you give them fun names? I've given up on that. I'm just like, fuck it. Kali. Kali's taken. Kali 2. So boring these days. Dude, I should do the thing that I showed you guys earlier when I get back.
Yeah.
I can actually still be on stream, so we don't even have to change anything later. Look at this.
Good
Beautiful.
enough for government work, dude.
Right? Why is the left cropped though? What the fuck? Who be cropping the left? 0. No. That was actually okay. Actually, no. We'll crop neither. Huh. That's still cropped. Weird.
Let's do an easy one if I'm gonna do it alone.
Yeah, I feel that. That's no worries. What the fuck? Dude, why is it doing that? I need to learn. Oh my god, 1. I had to set it to 1 to zero it out. Unbelievable. Only on Los Hackers.Rehabos would you get fun, silly problems like that. Alright, well, there's my cam. You're not going to get a big Dan cam to this, this episode. But you will get that tiny little thing. And actually, it's going away for a little bit. But when I'm back, I'll ping you. Let me do this. Are you good with multitasking and the chat and stuff, or do you want a direct link to the chat?
Yeah, that's fine. Metasploitable facing the web, huh? No, this is a hypervisor running on a machine that's on a different subnet than the rest of my house.
Dude, I just run them fucking directly on the internet, and I'm not even joking. I don't give a fuck.
Those stream keys I see. I don't have stream keys up now. Someone asked me what's in my OPSEC. I'm like, oh, F off now. Question earlier on Mixer. Oh well. Yeah, no, my Metasploitable does not face the web. It's internal on a segmented VLAN.
All stream keys are gonna do. Here's what stream keys are gonna do. If you fuck with us on over stream keys, you're gonna give us fucking exposure. So by all means, stream some funny shit. Because that's just gonna rile people up and get them interested in watching the show. All right, I'm trying to send you this, and there it is. It's in the, I think.
Oh god, did you just send it to me on Discord? Because that's gonna pop up on my main screen.
Oh, it did, yeah. That's fine. It wasn't in the right window.
Okay,
yeah, I didn't think. I thought you had dedicated. Yeah, you literally said you had a dedicated window, dude.
Discord pulls up over everything, dude.
It does? Oh,
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. I need to turn it off because Discord, every time it updates, will reset that setting and it will pop up above everything.
Oh, you used the client.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I paused it right on your screen, too. I just happened to hit pause because I can't leave the streams running. I don't have enough bandwidth. It's...
Oh, do you want me to stream using the key?
No. That should give you access to reply back to people across all the platforms instead of through Twitch if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. And honestly, if somebody wants to fucking mess around with the chat,
read our chats, feel free.
Go for it. It doesn't fucking matter. Now, once my machine finishes crashing, I'm gonna bounce. Good God. I'm gonna screenshot this real quick. Just
Butts. Hell yeah.
Butts. Fully crashed. Fucking core dump. Oh well. Oh shit, wait, did that fuck you up? Which browser was that? Okay, alright. We're good. We're good, fam. This is what computer professionals do. They do garbage work. Don't hire them. I'm just kidding. Hire us. But I actually I don't want to ruin the surprise, so I'm not going to. But you'll see why my OBS might have been a little bit messed up. I was working on something pretty fucking badass. We'll check that out in a little bit.
Dan does stuff sometimes for the stream outside of here. It's like a full-time job or something for him.
Dude, it pretty much is. It's like what keeps me sane.
Well,
it attempts to keep me sane. Doesn't work though.
You know, I get that, dude.
You want young internet in the background?
Well, yeah, I should probably be smart and connect to this VPN first, right?
I've spent a half hour or 45 minutes doing that, being like, why isn't it working? It's just so weird.
Yeah, but
okay.
That's weird.
Because I have similar subnets.
Yeah, right. I may or may not as well.
Alright, upgrades, we'll see you in a little bit. And everybody else on the streams, we'll see you in a little bit as well. But you're in good hands. See ya.
Oh, yes, super resource hungry. Yeah, any streaming stuff is super resource hungry, right? Like, that's kind of the name of the game with streaming stuff. If it's not CPU, you can sometimes get GPU. And like GPU streaming is not as resource hungry, but I think that Dan may or may not be using a Mac. And I think that the AMD stuff is pretty shitty for that. Oh, this one's easy, dude. VSTP 2.3.4, I think, has a Metasploit module. I think. So we went ahead, we fired up the box, we started doing a full nmap, which we're logging to a file. I know that you can do -O and with verbosity at level 3, and you can see this while it goes, but I don't really care because this is muscle memory for me by now. And then we did a regular nmap with the software version of 10.10.10.3, or displaying software versions, normal ports on the host, which is 10.10.10.3. My Metasploit is going to be failing because it is currently loading. I run all AMD myself too. Yeah, AMD has a sorry, AMD does definitely have some of AMD has some video streaming codecs, but they're not as good. I don't know what I can't remember AMD streaming codec. It's called like AVEC or something like that, I think. And then the NVIDIA one is NVENC, NVENC. And NVEC can do like H.265 and stuff like that as well. So you'll get a much better stream quality from NVEC. AMD's isn't as good. That doesn't mean that it's useless. It just means that like if you're going for like ultimate compatibility, you want something to look, you're gonna go with NVIDIA. And then if you really, I would say like the next level of streaming above that is getting like a dedicated hardware transcoding system, like something like a Elgato card that will capture it via HDMI and then streaming from a second box. That's like the tip-top way to do that. The other advantage is that, or you can use even you can do like streaming from OBS to the other OBS box using I can't remember the name of the protocol, but there is a protocol to do that. So I can't remember what it's called. It's called NDI. That's how you do it. So NDI on your local network from your machine to the other machine. It's a raw, uncompressed video output. And then in the other machine encodes it. That way you're not losing power from your primary box. You want to do that with things like if you're playing, say, PUBG on your machine and you don't want to lose any GPU power or CPU power because PUBG is a fucking joke. You would do that. So sorry, I'm just waiting for my updates to finish. I haven't launched this Kali in a very long time, so you're right, it could be anonymous FTP login. We could try that. Oh, up 3. Fuck, staying up late was not a good idea. My head's about to explode. Dutchy, you can go to bed, dude. You can catch the restream. Cannot let such drop on the rest of it. Fuck, did I fuck it up because I loaded it? I've been in Windows too much. Peace, buddy. Have a good one, Dutchy. What's in my OPSEC? What's that? I didn't see it. Oh my god, Doc. That is sick. Last time I upgraded a Kali box, I hadn't used it in a while. It was 5 gigs. install Kali in a VM and give it 80 gigs. My SSD only has 20 gigs left. Yeah, I don't know. Kali has some problems with upgrading lately. You update it and Metasploit breaks every time, and like honestly, that's probably the way through that box is using the 2.3.4 exploit. What we can do is, since I'm pretty sure there's a 2.3.4 exploit, we can just look up on like exploit DB and we can find that exploit. And then what we'll do when we find exploit DB data, I'll show how to run an exploit from not within Metasploit. Depending on how it is, it might be easy to do. It might be a little difficult, but honestly, I don't know. These are all things that I think everybody in here probably has some experience with. And you can tell my Kali instance is old because the pass or the login is still root, so I don't have 2020. It's a 2019 instance that's been updated a boatload. Oh, I just pulled a burp. Fuck. Hey, looks like we're debugging Kali, or Metasploit on Kali. You know what? Fuck that. We can just do this. Sudo. No, I don't even need a sudo. Can't remember what the thing is. Remove Metasploit Kali. Debugging Kali would be accurate too. Yeah, it's always fun. Oh, it's always frustrating. It's funny because I've been gone for 5 months. I'm back finally at my house, and I was stuck for COVID reasons, not in my house, because I wasn't here when the stay-in-place orders came. I was visiting family, which was super fun for 5 months. So now I have to deal with all this shit. Like, all of this shit needs to get done. Yeah, it's just fun on stream. I'm just gonna follow random. Never look at anything, right? Just always run code. Never pay attention to what it says. Just do exactly what they say. It's fine. I know what this does. I managed to get Rocom working on Kali so I could crack hashes with Hashcal on my AMD GPU. Real hackers use Windows. Ugh. This is my only Windows box, actually. life lessons. I have Hashcat for Windows.
Nice.
Hashcat for Windows? I didn't know that was a thing. I guess it makes sense.
I mean, I guess technically everything exists in Windows now because you have WSL. I mean, you can even get X working inside of WSL now. I think it's like $4.99.
Windows, but if it working like, is that like it?
Yeah. I'm on Linux pretty much full time for everything except for this computer. This computer just, the only reason why it's not on Linux is because I had something where I had to install Windows on my computer, and this machine happened to be the one that I needed, or that I could afford to lose stuff. So it's a Ruby issue. It's always a Ruby issue, dude. Ruby is a pile of shit. You didn't hear that from me, though. People are like, I love Ruby. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess we all have the right to be wrong.
Not not WSL2 still. WSL doesn't support raw sockets. That's true. You can actually get WSL to support raw sockets through a GPO, or not a GPO app.
You can edit your, what the fuck do you call it in Windows? The stupid, like, when you, like, go in it and you have, like, a list and it's like, here's your policies. It's like, it is a GPO, but it's not. It's like local group policy, I think is what it's called. I don't know. Windows is trash. So, Windows is all right. Windows is good for a lot of things that Kali or that Linux isn't good for, but I cannot stand some things about Windows, and it ends up with me going back to
Linux quite frequently.
I can I'll pull up the article. I'll post it in chat in a minute. Nmap SV 10.10.10.3. But yeah, there is a way to get raw socket support. I like Windows. Okay, here's what Windows is really good at, guys. Windows is really good, obviously, at gaming. Like, if you need to game, dude, use Windows. Windows is, like, the shit, like, for gaming. Adobe Master Collection, this only runs in Windows. I guess there's, like, some stupid hack to get it working in Wine, but it runs like fucking shit, in my opinion. If you want to code in C++, I guess you can do that in any OS, but I really like this, like, Dev C++ app, which isn't in anything else. And then, like, I guess that compatibility is fucking amazing in Windows for, like, old-ass apps, which I guess it is in Linux technically, too. But, like, I don't know, kind of a big, like, Linux fanboy. So... look at this, VSTP 2.3.4 backdoor. I've used this on an exploit. So, like, if you're thinking, like, this isn't applicable, like, you never see this in the real world. I was doing a pen test 6 months ago, and I found somebody was running this VSFTPD 2.3.4, and I was able to use this exploit on their network. This shit still exists. Like, frequently you'll use this stuff. I have Dev C++ running on Wine. Oh shit, I didn't know it was running on Wine. That's really cool. I really like Windows for just handing it off to somebody, like new users and stuff like that. It's way easier to do that. Like, even if people are like, I know Linux, like, half the time they don't, and they ask you stupid questions. So when I was a sysadmin and anybody asked for Linux, I'd be like, no, you get Windows because you're not smart enough to use Linux. So we're going to show the options. I think there's just one. Set our host to 10.10.10.3, and then you're going to run that exploit and probably get in. Hopefully get root. You might not get root, though. That was on port 21, right? Yeah. Ooh. So we're getting please specify the password. So this might be patched on this host. 2.3.4. Exploit created but no session. Oh, okay. So this might be patched, which would be good. That'd be very good. Nah, you get Windows. Yeah, exactly. You get it though. Like it's not. You get Windows. Like it's just easy, right? Like I don't really know how to explain it other than it's just like that's what you get. I can't allow you to do so. Okay, let me see if I remember this because I think that this should be working. So let's go FTP 10.10.10.3, and then I think the name is going to be Smiley. I thought that that was the password or the thing. Maybe I'm wrong. VSFTPD 2.3.4 exploits. Yeah. See, sometimes I remember some stuff. Maybe this is patched. That's different. Try hack me, hack the box. Yep, I'll try that really quick. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Try hack me the service. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't played hack the box. I don't remember the last box I pwned. Why not install ZSH on that Kali? I am one of the very few people that is resistant to ZSH for literally no reason other than I'm old. I'm not that old, but I'm just so used to Bash. I don't know. I could do that. Where's Daddy Dan gone? Upgrade solution. He went to go help his other half with another streaming problem that they were having. Sorry, did I miss you? No, dude, you never missed me. Watching this makes me want to head back over. Head back over to Hack the Box? Why don't you come call in and join this with me? You can figure out why I'm dumb. Okay, so if that's not done, I don't think there's any open SSH. We can like look inside a Metasploit really quick. I'm gonna say there's probably not an open SSH. 4.7p1 exploit? Because that seems very specific. Yeah, I don't even see anything in there. So let's do Samba now. Samba should be save to hack the box. Let's do this. Anonymous logins are enabled. How the fuck do I remember the command, but I never see. This is where Windows is better. In Windows you can just like / and just like boom, and then I just say like 10.10.10.3 /C $, or you know, whatever the fuck this is, admin $, or whatever the fuck I wanted to. So that's that. No mic on desktop. What box is this? Lame. It's lame. SMB. What are the... Oh, SMB map, I think, is the one that I want now. Help? I haven't used these tools for a very long time. Host. Let's see what it does with just a host name. Read and write to temp. Okay, is that bad? Plus. Sorry, I have to like go back and forth between the two of you, or between. I have like two different chats open. I have like Hacker.Rehab's chat and then this chat open. So, give me a minute while I catch up on everything. So we know we have read write on temp. SMB client. Oh, I'm dumb. You know, I don't do this enough. So anymore, I haven't been pen testing in like a long time. Is it TMP $? Tree connect failed. NT bad status network name. Let's just try this anyway. So it looks like... Oh, that's why it's TMP. Well, I have an X11 file, so that's probably good. Sorry, I'm breathing in the mic, I'm sure. Samba 3.0.2 Debian? Well, there's an exploit, DB exploit, so... Oh, this is already in Metasploit. Double reverse TCP. What shell should we use, guys? Unix generic. You want Unix generic? I think there's some. Yeah, typing as you said it. Hello. Yeah, I didn't see that I had the because this only appears right here. It doesn't appear like that's why I scrolled up to here earlier to look at it, and then I looked there and I saw it. So let's just use generic. Does it use payload? I fucking can't remember, dude. Or set payload. Exploit completed. Payload options. What's the CMD? Set. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the string options are. Well, I had that. Okay, so I'm in this. So let's not. Okay, 1 second. Let's think about this. Why am I jumping all over the place? Okay, I jumped to this. This isn't working because I need to set the command setting. Is it set CMD? We could do /bin/sh. Run. Maybe that gives us. Okay, so that didn't work. Huh. I am here. What can I send? It's very loud. Okay. Wow. Oh my god. Fuck. Now I feel just lame because I'm like, I know how to do this. I just don't know. Shit gets fucked. Maybe I'll try that again. What vulnerability was it? It was something user map, right? It was like user map something. I don't remember. It was this one. Yeah, 2007. Use. I think it's because I fucked with the set our host 10.10.10.3 run. Oh, see, it's because I tried to change the shell. Yeah, I set the payload. That was what broke it. Yeah, it was because I tried to set the It's because I tried to set the stupid thing. I was dumb. I was really dumb. I tried to I tried to change the payload and it didn't like me changing the payload. So 1 second, you're not gonna. I'm gonna take away my screen really quick because I need to. Oh, I don't need to log in to hack the box. Yeah, so basically, don't just instinctively change your payloads all the time. Like, yeah, that worked. I got through it, but it would have been way faster if I had just not. If I had just not. Yeah, try to get fancy. See, that's the thing is sometimes when you know like how to do things, sometimes you'll do like stupid stuff. Like when you know how to do stuff, you will try to do it the fancy way when the easy stuff works. Like it's called there's a saying you can't see the forest for the trees or something like that, where it's like, well, you couldn't tell there was a forest there because there were all the trees in your way, but obviously it was a forest. Like that kind of stuff. So
I hear the camera adds 10 pounds. Looks like you need 5 cameras.
there you go. Sometimes they have the best payload already selected. Yeah, and you know, like that's not a bad thing, right? Like using Metasploit is pretty bad, or pretty not bad, pretty good. If you're just trying to get like what's vulnerable, like right, like let's say this. 90% of people out there don't know how to write an exploit. More than that, right? 99% of people out there, even developers, wouldn't know how to write an exploit, right? So if you're trying to like find real and like prevalent network threats to your network, like looking through Metasploit, looking through like using like Nessus to find vulnerabilities inside of your corporation and tackling the ones that there are public exploits, it's probably going to stop most attackers, right? Like most of your threats are coming from people that are just running already pre-compiled code, and they are going to just do that. They're going to script kiddie their way into your network, right? Because why waste time, right? Like if I am trying to get money out of a company or I'm trying to do something, why waste time writing new code and doing it? If the exploits already exist, I'm going to run the exploits that already exist, right? So making sure that you definitely have at least those patched first, it is going to make you not like infinitely more secure, right? Like this is all risk management, but it's going to make you more secure than say leaving those exploits out there and focusing on some stupid, oh, well, we hired a pen test company and after 3 weeks of pen testing, they found out that if you already have an account, which you have to pay for, you can get to other users' accounts. It's like, yeah, that needs to be fixed, but you also have VSFTPD 2.3.4 facing the internet, and that machine is on your flat network, and I can get to everything on your system. Like, I've seen stuff like this before, right? Like I've seen this stuff very many times, and it's kind of ridiculous. So we can do another one, I guess, or we can talk about news. The course I'm doing has a whole section on writing MSF modules. Looking forward to it.
Hey, buddy.
What course are you doing?
This is Dan, just randomly checking in on you. But you're doing a great job, man. I'd love to see another one. You guys are, yeah, that'd be kick-ass if you're up for it.
Yeah, dude. I'm just sitting here trying to talk some theory with these people as well, just so they kind of understand, where I'm coming from with that stuff.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. If you want to run through another maybe easier one, I'll be wrapping up here pretty soon and can rejoin you, and we'll get to things.
So this is called Blue, so it's probably a Blue Keep exploit. So
yeah, no doubt.
Let's do that one, man. Blue Keep's always fun.
Right on. All right, I gotta go back on mute for a little bit, but I'm here in spirit, and occasionally I come back in the studio.
Lawful access, Bill.
I literally just came down here to see if the customary cable modem drop happened. It hasn't.
Not yet.
Well, I remembered to disconnect the VPN this time. So I got one thing right. But all right, we'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit. Black Martian. We can do Blue Keep. This is gonna be a fairly easy one. I'll kind of walk you through the process. Everybody that's here has been here for it multiple times, but you know, it's never bad to have some refreshers. So the pen testing methodology kind of is based around getting the fundamentals right, and then once you get the fundamentals right, you can go on to additional things, right? So if you don't know how to enumerate correctly, you can never get to exploitation, right? So the first thing you want to do when you have any network is you want to make sure you understand what the network is doing, right? And it depends what that looks like depending on your position, right? So if you are a red teamer just trying to find vulnerabilities, go loud, run nmap, run masscan, run all these tools, Nessus if you want to. I personally wouldn't, but you can. And the reason why is because if you're loud, you're going to set off IDSs, IPSs, you're going to start generating log alerts, right? Which is fine if you're a red team. That's what you're being hired to do. But if you're a hacker, that's not what you'd want to do. No Self says that the book by Georgia Weidman called Introduction to Hacking, that is a great book. Volume 2 is out now, so it's not old anymore or outdated. Definitely look at Volume 2. I have a copy from her as well. I think maybe I have a copy. Maybe it got sent out. I don't know. I haven't checked any mail or anything since I've been home, so I might have a copy of that. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this box, which is 10.10.10.40. This box is called blue, so I'm going to assume it's going to have a blue keep exploit. So the first thing that I'd recommend you do is set up a folder just for your hacking or whatever you're trying to hack, right? So if you're trying to hack a box, set up a folder where you can keep all information on that, right? And then you're going to go to that. And once you're in there, you're going to do a couple things. You're going to do an nmap with an output of nmap full. And then you're going to do SV, which is software version. So it will tell you the software versions. And then -P 0 through 65535. That's every port that exists. And then the IP of the machine that you want to run nmap against. It nmap -L. I thought it was -L. Oh, it's OF, isn't it? It's output file. OA. I'll buy it just. Is it still relevant? Oh, it's out. Nice. I'd buy it just as supporter. I do software dev, stumbled into sec via a book called Black Hat Go, but I have no idea what's going on. Well, just trying to. So here's the thing, right? Like, there's lots of hard boxes. I've streamed some of the harder boxes before. We've done some mediums. I think we did 1 or 2 of the hards when I was actually pen testing every day. The number one thing you need to know is you need to know how things function, right? So if I'm trying to, so like here's a great example. Let's do an LS here. Let's CD downloads, and let me show you something, right? So if I come right here, I can go cat signatures.txt, right? That's a big file, right? If I do less signatures.txt, right? You see how that's going like that? And I can hit that button to go there, right? Well, I can do /bin/bash inside of a less. Oftentimes, and you can get to a shell, right? So one of the exploits would be like it ran something through less, and you needed to make your window really small so that less would kick in, and then once less kicked in, you just did /bin/bash, and it would launch. Now they fixed that in newer versions, so it doesn't work there, but in the older versions, that shit was super dangerous. And was prevalent. So I guess what I'm really saying is when you see a service, you see something getting called, how does that service run? Does it run through system D? Does it run as its own shell script? What's it doing, right? And then you can do this as well, which is just, this is just going to do the default ports. Link to Weidman 2E. Anybody can't find it to save my life. Georgia. It might not be out yet. It's going to be soon. Second edition. She gave them out early to people that donated to some stuff, so that's why I might have had it earlier. Yeah, if you donated to our Patreon in 2019, you would get it. I didn't know, but no, it was out till a minute ago. Yeah, if you can't find it and it's something that you need, send her a message. Georgia Weidman's on Twitter. She's a pretty cool person. I would say that if you really want to start on this and you said, hey, everybody's recommending your book. I know that the second edition is coming out. I want to learn now. Offer to Venmo or money or something. I'm sure she'll do it. Pen testing book. What do you want to learn? What's your goals with this? Like, RSPC is the name of the host. OS is Windows. It's running Windows 7 probably. What's the dash host? Is it dash H? OS detection. There we go. That's what I wanted. Dash O. I think it's probably Windows 7 on here. She's a good person to boot too. She has done quite a bit of good for the community. So definitely shout out Georgia Weidman. Hope I'm saying her name right. The big red book is open on your shelf. Honestly, she's amazing. When the first edition came out, I was struggling with stuff. She replied to my emails to help me find out what I was looking for. Pen testing one. Yeah, she is a pretty amazing person. Probably running Windows 7, I'm gonna guess, based on this. So, anybody remember what the SMB vulner script is? How do I run this? SMB is always certainly a start, guys. It's not always the be all end all, but you know, it's one where if we have SMB, it's usually going to be something we can bypass pretty easily. If I had to guess, I was going to say this is going to be not MS 08067, but this will probably be MS 17 something. Whatever Blue Keep is. That would be my Blue Keep CVE MS. Oh, I thought it was MS 7010. That's the one. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of so sure. I just want to run it. But you know, I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how I'd get to that, right? So when we came here, we did the nmap with the script for the vulnerability script for SMB, which we found out by going to the SMB script because we knew the SMB vuln for MSO 17110, which is how I guess I saw that earlier, would have been. If you type in like SMB vuln script nmap, whatever you want to look up, right? Like if you type in like FTP vuln script nmap, they'll have one. Right? Like these are things that are pretty easy to remember. What do you mean by sources for the network stuff? Network stuff is so big, dude. It's like saying how do I work with computers? I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk. That's just an honest question. So it looks like it's vulnerable to OMS 17010. No Starch has tons of books. Yeah, No Starch has tons of books. And if you look at Humble bundles, they have a security bundle every month, and the Humble Indie bundle will do that. Why am I subscribed to you, Panda TN? I have no clue, man. Why are you subscribed to me? It's not just me, I would say. You might be here subscribed to Not Dan, or you might be subscribed because you saw Curious. I'm sitting over here doing some general telling people how to get into pen testing while Dan is away. But I mean, hey man, if you want to leave, feel free, dude. It's free country, free world. Do what you want. Run with it. So if you look right here, it's susceptible to MS 17010, which we found from the output of our vulnerability script. Yeah, get the Humble security bundles every month. Those are pretty good. You can read through all those books. It's a lot of reading, dude. You're going to spend a lot of time on it. So we're going to search for that MS. We're just going to script kiddie this ish really quickly. Yeah, screw this. Let's do SMB. Let's get command shell. Let's do it. Oh no. Let's get a meterpreter shell up in here. If you say meterpreter, you're wrong, and I hate you. It's meterpreter. We're gonna use meterpreter reverse TCP. Watch, I just fucked it up again with that stupid... By setting my shell to meterpreter, I just fucked it up again. It's really weird, because after you use a reverse TCP, it should have a section where you need to say what your IP is. My Ruby shit's fucking me again. Thank you for saying that in regards to meterpreter pronunciation. Yeah, so the meterpreter, the reason why people say that is because there's a bunch of tech channels that were over in India that say it that way, and it's not right. Let's run the Eternal Blue one. That one's better. Anyway. It's average. It's alright. You know what I mean? I think it's 10.10.10.40. Oops. I wish you could... Let's not even set a shell. Let's just see what it does if I don't set a shell, if I don't pick one. I have a few from No Starch Foundations of InfoSec, pen testing, attacking network firehose, Black Echo. So there's no wrong place to start, right? So like whatever you're interested in is more knowledge that you're gonna get eventually anyway, right? So like you're not ruining anything. You're not doing anything bad. NT Authority. Wow, just give me NT Authority. You want to see how you make Windows fucking usable? You go to CD Windows, and then you go to CD dir, and then you go to CD System 32, and then you literally CP dir to ls, or you make a new one. That's how you make Windows usable. And that's what Meterpreter will do. Meterpreter will allow you to have ls. But yeah, whatever you learn is going to teach, like, it's going to be helpful at some point in time, right? Like, I've never learned something and not had it help me eventually. These ones are really easy. I think it's type user.text. I don't use Windows enough to remember what this shit is, but there we go. If you do, look me up. No, I'll have a link to some books on there. 3.5 gigabytes book. Yeah, I have a bunch of books too that I can post at some point in time that are written by people that don't have copyrights on them or trademarks or anything. So those are good. Yeah, I think that basically, yeah, like I was saying, is learn whatever interests you. What do you have the most interest in right now? Find out that, and then like figure out how that works, like at a real level, right? So like everybody's so surface level, right? Like you understand Python, or you think you understand Python, right? And then it's like, yeah, you're importing modules all the time in Python. So like when you need to call a socket, you're just calling the module that has that, right? So like understand how pings work. Write your own ping sweep. Let me see if I have anything like this on my computer, but I might. Python ports.py. Yeah, this will tell you, like right here, like this will tell you if a port is open or not, right? Like oh yeah, because it's I don't remember if I did this in Python 3 or not. Ugh. Either way, this does work at some point in time. I don't remember why it's not working now. It's probably telling me, but I know that it worked at some point in time. But, you know, I don't have... Okay, but yeah, learn which is literally one of the first things you learn in Churchill Weedman's book. Yeah, that's fair. You know, you learn so much of this stuff that it's just hard to remember what you learned from where at a certain point. You know what I mean? Like, you learn so much, and then it's just like, what do I even do? Authorization, web location testing, not test. I have like some C++ examples from this test this class that I did. It's like learn how C is working, you know, like learn how to make a program called fuckit.exe, apparently, and then not how to run it because it doesn't actually run. Oh yeah, that freezes up my whole computer. That's probably good. You want it, you want that. That's what you want. Yeah, so like learn all the things and then move on to the next thing. So move on to the next thing after you've learned something and keep doing that, and eventually you'll be really good at it. So if you like look on here right now, professional cybersecurity, how to avoid and recover from cybercrime. This is this is all like from protecting your shit. So like if you learn about cybersecurity on Azure, just think about the opposite of that, right? Like, why are we doing this? How would if somebody have exploited this? Like if you know how to defend something, you know how to attack it. You might not have specifically said, oh, I've attacked it this way, but if you know how to defend it, if you think about what the opposite of defending it is, that's the attack surface, right? So like if you start reading like all these books, especially this, like I'm sure this professional red teaming book, I'm sure it's pretty good. It tells you how to do some red teaming stuff. You know, just think about, read through stuff, find things that you're interested in so you don't get burnt out. You know, like in this book bundle, if I was going to read something and I was new, I'd probably say that this is going to teach you OPSEC, the personal cybersecurity. This is probably going to teach you OPSEC, probably learn how to do that, because your digital footprint is shitty, I would assume. And so learn that. Learn about why firewalls don't stop dragons, right? Like it tells you, like it's a step-by-step guide to cybersecurity for non-techies. It probably tells you a lot about what a firewall can and cannot do. Maybe not next-gen firewalls, but you know, that's probably something good, right? Enterprise cybersecurity study guide. Fuck that. Who gives a shit about enterprise? They're a bunch of fucking lames that just learn how to do one thing and sit in meetings all day. They talk more about security than actually doing security. So that's probably useless, to be honest. You're a developer, learn about API security and then think, wait, why is this bad? Maybe you find stuff that you're doing in there, right? Cybersecurity on Azure, that's really great. Even if you want to exploit, you can Google the mitigation techniques. Yeah. You know, read this professional red teaming book. That's a really good one. Read about privileged attack vectors. That's probably a really, really good one. OSINTing, open source intelligence method and tools. OSINT, dude, this combined with this book, the personal cybersecurity and the open source intelligence methods, that's going to tell you what your digital footprint is and how fucked you are. I bet right now, you're leaking some information somewhere and somebody can own all your shit. And the only reason why you're protected is because they haven't caught you